Hello everyone, it's Brian in Toronto, and I was just recently thinking about threads. I realize that there's a lot of them in the VC right now. There's the Run 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 one from Mike. There's the Lost Classics from the 90s and 2000s. So I forgot to mention Sam St. John's late career masterpieces. Don't forget about that one. So this is probably the worst time to mention a new thread, but I thought I would give it a shot. I sort of started the thread video a long time, over a year ago, about covers, album covers with winter depicted on them, and a few people did participate in that, but at the time I only had a few followers and it didn't really get a lot of traction, but I appreciate the effort that went into it from some people. And so I was just thinking, maybe I would do another one. And I was thinking about threads, like really threads. So I thought I would do a thread about threads. And I haven't done a search to see if this has been done before, and I'm not even sure how interesting it will be, but I was thinking about album covers that depict the band or the singer, etc., in what they're wearing, essentially. So is it unusual? Is it memorable? Are they wearing? Is it a favorite? Do you hate it? And so I picked a few things, and I just wondered if people would want to jump along, follow along, jump in, take part in maybe showing some album covers that maybe show some outfits that you really admire, or things that you can't stand, or things that you think are funny. So just to get rolling, I picked a few, and I'm going to start with this one, Leonard Cohen. And I mean, always kind of the epitome of cool, and here he is with this Miami Vice looking outfit, because this was, 88. Looked like an Italian suit with a t-shirt, eating a banana, and sunglasses. Sort of like the alternative Don Johnson. And then later, he really refined that with the suit many places, and also adopted a fedora. I guess that's a fedora. So he often was seen in a suit, which I think was his stage persona for many, many years. And oddly, I remembered when I was looking at that Gary Newman was wearing a suit on this record, which I thought was kind of funny because I don't think it really suited the music. So I thought that was funny. And of course, he's had various different looks with makeup and whatnot. But in this particular one, I was thinking that he looked a bit like, he had been cast in a role as Jack the Ripper, which I thought was quite an interesting look. So that's the sort of, and there's lots of people who dress like with the suit. I'm thinking of Robert Palmer, I think Johnny Cash in later years. But the whole Jack the Ripper thing immediately made me think of this album cover from John Cale, who kind of looks like he's about to kill somebody wearing that hockey mask. I mean, he did behead chickens, at least one chicken, maybe several chickens on stage. So that kind of fits the look of that. So I've always loved this album cover. I think it's sort of raw, and maybe has with a hint of violence to it. So I think that's kind of cool. And of course, some artists want to be seen a little differently. You want to look a little differently. So in the sexy category, how about this from Max Webster? Max Webster, that's a Canadian band that you may or may not know, and that's Kim Mitchell on the cover, looking like he's about to go to maybe an Olympic nightclub. He's done this speed skating event, and it's off the shoulder there, so not quite a speed skating outfit, but it's skin tight and kind of irresistible. So that's kind of cool. And then there are artists who adopt this sort of militaristic or a uniform look, like Adam Ant from Adam and the Ants. Kind of a interesting take on what might be, I mean, I could be wrong here, but I was thinking Napoleonic, but certainly not current military garb, if it's military at all. And of course the back gives you the whole maybe pirate look. And with the continuing theme of uniforms, those artists who dress the same way, similar to that, we have Devo with the same outfit, shiny suit, and the hat, the famous hat. So that's kind of an interesting look, obviously very manufactured for the thing. And I'm going to skip back to Max Webster again, because I think there's a category of album covers that are just plain bizarre, and this would suit that. It's hard to make heads or tails. These clearly don't go together. We have, I don't even know how to describe this, but this is Kim Mitchell here. the singer. Well, other people have sang, but he sang most of the songs in those very interesting outfits. I'm not even sure how to describe this, but clearly I don't even know if they talked to each other on the morning of this photo shoot. They probably just showed up. Another weird one for me, which I sort of like but just think it's really bizarre, is this Black Sabbath record. I mean, the red pants especially, and I don't know, it's just very strange. Talked about before, I don't think this was the many people have talked about this before, I should have said. I don't think they expected this to be used, but it's kind of great. Then we have the sort of patriotic covers, and I wasn't thinking of Born in the USA. I was thinking of this one. This seems like a very patriotic jacket. I think PC-31, the Vinyl Policeman, has a blazer like this. I think it's a very cool look. I love this. I just love this image. I think it's fantastic. And but then you have maybe jackets or costumes, clothing that wouldn't fly today. And I'm thinking, the first thing I thought of was this Frank Zappa record. Not only would the outfit probably raise eyebrows, I think the title would shake your booty. So the whole cultural appropriation angle of record cover designs with costumes. So I think that probably wouldn't go. But it's hard to talk about clothing on album covers without thinking of just classic leather jackets from the Ramones. There's lots, of course. Born to Run has a leather jacket. Joan Jett's wearing all leather here. And then you have the situation in where people think, well, why do we even have to wear clothing at all? So we have Annabelle here. This caused quite a furor, though, when this came out. So yeah, why do you need clothes? And I was thinking sometimes it's really difficult to be a Prince fan, because on this record cover there is no clothing at all, which I guess is saying something about your conception of costume design for an album cover. That's just a random, and I say I picked these out quickly, not at random, but quickly, and I'm curious if people have anything to add about favorite outfits on record covers, things they hate, things they don't understand. That would be really cool to see. So if you want to take part, I would love to watch your videos. So thanks for watching.